Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Godhood. Yes, finally we are back. For those of you watching this after the fact, it might seem like this episode follows immediately after the previous one, but here in real time it was a little more complicated than that. But the important thing is, we're here to start a new game, a pretty similar game to the last one, except, with less losing. So I pretty much rolled us up the same deal as before. The Great Winged Skeleton has made a couple of upgrades. First of all, even sicker wings, obviously. Secondly, the Great Winged Skeleton was concerned that some potential Skelefans were getting scared off, that they were having trouble identifying with the one great, unblinking, all-seeing eye. So we just went and took our awesome bat wings to the grocery store. And by the way, if you want to get a little fancy, if you want to experiment with your appearance, if you want to dress yourself up in a way that feels more you, don't let anyone talk you out of it. Don't let anyone judge you. If you want to take your sick bat wings to the grocery store, you just go ahead and do it. And obviously be considerate of others, because you're going to bump into people in the aisles. But you know what I'm saying. So we took our wings to the grocery store, and we bought a packet of googly eyes, and we just affixed one right there, and now, look, very normal. We got some teeth, don't ask where those came from, and also the number of eyes that many people have, and now just a lot more comforting. It's a very natural, sort of warm presence that we have now. Let it be known. So, obviously, in the last game, I over-focused. I also remembered to actually check the skip intro box this time, so we're going to be getting right into it. Obviously, last time I was a little over-focused on the resource loop. In any game like this, where you have a self-reinforcing resource loop, every point of resources that you spend on your loop early in the game is going to yield a very, very large number of resources over the length of the game. It is good to focus on your resource generation early. We just have to not do it to such an extent that it prevents us from being strong enough to survive. But we now have a little bit better of an idea of how far we can go with that. Are these going to be the same items? Yeah, these are totally the same items. Okay. I think we're taking this one for the same reasons we took it last time. So we're just going to try to find the correct maximization and minimization of the important factors. We are going to figure out how much we can spend on resource gathering while still being strong enough to pull Martyrdom 2 victories. And that might take a little bit of feeling. Actually, we should examine our dudes. Are these the same? Ooh, no, this is different. You were not the insane before. You were the aberrant or something. Okay, so big knowledge, good might. Hildegard is the cloud, which is knowledge, and you are the gust, which is charisma. We don't... Interesting. Last time we had one character who seemed like they were specialized for each of the classes we had unlocked, and that is not the case this time. Okay. Well then we probably want to push knowledge on you, even though you are very close to a threshold here. Although, are your abilities are mostly morale focused, right? Yeah, okay. So the extra, the rank D might threshold actually isn't important. Let's go ahead and push knowledge then. And then for you, I guess we also push knowledge, and for you we do charisma, and we're just gonna have to hope to get lucky and get a decent beast-walking disciple fairly early on. And I think we want to probably push blessing progress push ritual progress for the younger people, right? Let's try to make sure that the people who are going to be with us for the longest are developing nicely. These early battles should be things we can get through without having to maximize Zuma's strength, right? So yeah, you guys just get in there and throw some punches. It's interesting that the set of starting disciples is not static. I kind of assumed it would be, especially after seeing that the opening relic is static. I assume they're only semi-random, right? You can only get totems that match some of your classes, but the fact that they don't necessarily map cleanly to all of your unlocked classes is a little awkward. Alright, so you're very knowledge-focused, and it probably makes sense to make you a second cultist. Yeah. Rather than unlocking something right now, if we were going to get another knowledge class, what would it be? We do have access to the Weaver, who can cloud opponents' minds. Charisma, not really. If we're going to try to do a physical thing, we could get Druid, I suppose. Druid has a knowledge scaling physical attack. Yeah, I don't really know. I think I'm just going to make an extra cultist for right now to avoid having to spend resources. And then Ocelot can become a chieftain, because charisma. And we'll just hope that the new disciples that we bring in will be a little bit better suited to the other roles we have available to us. Alright, we don't really have an option. Oh, I mean, obviously we got to go do this. Also, wow, screw you, game. Just putting a life disciple in our path right now. Alright, well, you should probably take a knowledge boost. And Akola, strong-bodied of the stone, or Maratu, strong-bodied of the droplet. Strong-minded, maybe? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The important thing is both of these characters are garbage. Like, hard garbage. Yeah, Jesus. Okay, if we take Marathu, we could go for, like, unlocking Smite Sword early. But neither one of these guys is going to make a good Beast Walker. Smite Sword will give us a reasonable spread of elemental types early on. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, but this feels like a very, very bad starting state. Oh, and right, we don't have a... Shit. We don't have a devotion scaler anyway. We don't have a devotion or a health scaler, so both of those disciples would have been very, very bad for us. Well, I guess that increases the importance of building an early temple of some kind to get devotion scaling onto something. Probably onto the cunning ritual, right? Just go fast is important for everybody. But this is gonna be a rough one. We generated ourselves a pretty weak opening. It would be really nice if we didn't lose any early sacraments here, but I don't think we are in a position to be able to assume that we will not lose this one. So let's put you across from the low morale, and then of the two of you, okay, you have the better armor, so try not to get punched too hard. At least it's only like 4 power. Yeah. Okay, we can probably pull this off. As long as we don't get the Guardian deciding to punch our cultist. Yeah, okay, first turn went alright. Zuma is doing all of the work, which is not a big surprise. Oh, that's a shame. I thought we were going to get it there. Okay. We managed to have nobody go down, just barely. And this makes me feel like it's not going to be safe for us to use Martyrdom. Alright, so yes, you are definitely our chieftain. Right, like a single point of Martyrdom would have made that a loss, probably. That's tough, man. Okay, perfectly normal hunting miracle. You got Words of Madness. That's, yeah, okay, that's fine. Get our first tenet. And we definitely want to take a philosophy thing again. And I think... I think I like Grand Aberration over Doom Prophecy or Human Sacrifice here. Right, it's both resources and a powerful opening attack that sometimes even stuns, so it seems like a really good ability. And then, unfortunately, we are not in a position to take advantage of Dark Element here. But we also don't have any nature disciples, so at least we're not weak to anything that's going on there. Alright, you should perform a Charisma Miracle, and then I think I'm gonna stick with the idea of just pushing really hard on whoever is the youngest. Try to get the maximum amount of time possible with our raised stats. Alright, so we pushed up out of F rank Cunning. I'm trying to think, if we're going to have you be a Smite Sword, which might be the thing we're doing, then you also want Might. Okay, so maybe it's Might and Devotion, and then we also put Might. We put Devotion on the Might ritual, and then we put Cunning, or we put Might on the Cunning ritual, and then we have two really strong and focused physical rituals for people to do. We could take a Dream Point here, I suppose. Is this all? It is all shouting. It is 100% shouting. I think I'm gonna just push ritual progress. $10 points of armor is not inconsiderable. But I'm gonna be very uncomfortable taking a point of martyrdom here. Like, we're actually, numerically, we compare pretty poorly to them, so I think if I were gonna take martyrdom, it would make more sense to go for the armor. But we're going to go in there with a full health pool, so let's just do that. Let's just do that thing. So I don't know if it matters which one of you goes in the middle. I think we want to do it like this kind of thing, though. Let's see, you're scaling at 11 points, 11 power and 8 power. Your scaling is considerably worse. So actually, it might be wise to reverse these two, so that we have a greater chance of being able to knock one enemy out of the fight. And I think martyrdom would be a phenomenally bad idea here. We are very weak. Let's just take a victory if we can get a victory. Alright, well, it feels like everybody's doing kind of a bad job early on. Not a huge fan of the nervousness. We gotta get Murathu up to having a class early on here. I'm a little concerned that we're gonna lose. Yeah, and then Sing's gonna convert a ton of people. We're doing no damage. And they're yeah, we're just gonna lose. We're just gonna hard lose. Okay, that's a start. Words of Madness helps. But unless we get some defies here, I don't know that it's going to be enough. So they're going to get to 50 converts, is my concern. Push us over? Oh, 48. Okay. That's not good. Please hit. Was that good? Is that enough? Stop teasing me. Okay. Thank God. That was really close. Super glad I had the restraints to not take a point of martyrdom there. All right, we're doing a weird thing. You will make a better smite sword than anything else. Also, it really shows off the whole chest hair situation, which you know, maybe you're proud of that. Who knows? Who could say? Well, this does give us a different spread of elements than we had the first time. It's rough, man. It's rough to have such incredibly weak disciples. Alright, everybody having more XP is obviously great. Direct opponent cannot defy. Oh, that's interesting. Physical armor and more likely to intercept, or morale armor and more likely to intercept. We're probably going to be way more physical focused than morale focused. But of course we'll never be at 0 morale classes. I think early on it is more likely that we will lose battles by the opponent out-converting us than by them like actually killing us with physical damage. But at the same time, we've set ourselves up such that we do not have any health scaling classes, which does make me a little nervous. So maybe the smart move would be Zuma's Unbroken Bone, just that if we run into a physical opponent, we're ready for them. I don't know who it is that that we would have wear it, though. I'm actually very torn here. I think we have a big weakness as far as physical opponents is concerned, for a while at least. But it probably is the case that we are way more likely to lose battles by the crowd being over-converted, and this will help more with that. Alright, got ourselves a prayer miracle. And a copy of Intimidate, which is fine. Alright, Martyrdom 2 unlock. I mean, we're not ready for this thing. A level of ignorance that we find frustrating. I guess, I mean, Marathu is going to have... I know Marathu's going to want to be doing a miracle, though. Well, whatever. It's fine. So we can't actually do a devotion miracle. Congratulations on your might scaling. And then Ocelot is maybe going to be picking up the physical attack, actually. Totem Slam for 7. Yeah, you know what? Let's grab Totem Slam, because we're going to need a little bit of physicality here. And then you also do have a physical ability. Unfortunately, it scales with your off stat, but even so... And I mean, we're replacing one might scaling ability with another one. It's not like we're making Hildegard or Zuma more reliant. Yeah, so Material Gatherer, right? And then we'll have enough followers to unlock a temple soon. If we could do that first, would it be right to do it first? I think probably not. I think Material Gatherer is like really important. Alright. This is going to be a tough one. There's no two ways about that. A tradition of grand aberration has been founded. Hooray. So we need one more tenet before we can pull on that, though. Also, I should probably equip Hildegard's letters on somebody. The enemies we're up against are not that shouty. Pretty punchy. I mean, we want to put it on whoever's going to be knowledge scaling most aggressively, right? For the defy chance. So I guess it's yours for right now. Okay, continue to push ritual progress on whoever is youngest. Do love a good rank up. I mean, our stats are... they're getting better. It would definitely be too much to say that they are okay, but they're getting better. So I'm going to put Ocelot across from you, I think. And then Zuma across from the guy with 1 morale armor. And the question is, do I think we could take a point of martyrdom? Because if we can, we should. What are their actual attack strengths? 8, 8, and 8. I think we probably want to do at least 1 martyrdom here. What are we playing to? I mean, this is one they're unlikely to win by conversion. They're gonna have to try to kill us. And we do all have at least like a basic level of physical armor. We don't have anybody in here with like 1 point of armor. So I'm gonna take 1 martyrdom. But I'm not gonna push it any further than that. Remember, in addition to the resources, we're trying to actually get to 33,000 total converts over the course of the game, and there's a finite number of those available, right? Because I don't think you get converts on the repeatables, do you? Even if you do, there's a finite number of those we can do on account of the way time scales with happiness. So we are going to have to, do some amount of martyrdom just for supporters. Also, that was a very depressing first turn. This is going terribly. Okay, Babel's at least a reasonable amount of conversion. Like to see a good crit. I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. That said, I'd be happy if we could see some words of madness come out. Apparently, ask and you shall receive. Whew, okay. It's going alright. Probably best we didn't take the second point, because Zuma definitely would have been broken. There's also that concern. And we have yet to see if there's anything that that we're going to get access to as madness here that is going to have the power of art in terms of just adding a ton of conversions. Alright, a totally normal meditation miracle. Get you some might. And you picked up the worst ability that you have access to. Great. Blessed be. We probably just want to keep pushing through here. So we don't have any nature people. We probably want to leave Ocelot out of this. That's fine. That can happen. Zoom is going to need a rest in a second here, though. But I do want to get the base HP gain. So let's make that a priority. We do have a new person coming in. Both of these are the low quality. Stick and Cloud. Okay, well, I mean, Koali can be a Beastwalker. I think that's what we do. Get you some might. Although I guess if we're going to make her a Beastwalker, maybe it would have been better to take Charisma. Or, Cunning, rather. And I think we're going to use Marathu in this fight, so I'm going to push on him rather than Koali. Do I want to use Koali, actually? Because if we take Zuma and Hildegard and Koali, that's 21, 16, 11 versus 17, 16, 13. I'm a little worried that we might lose that, honestly. Yeah, I guess let's just keep pushing you. I think we're going to let Koali stay out for a moment. We're going to do a repeatable after this, and then it'll be more appropriate to bring Koali in on that. If we have the opportunity to bless Marathu again, yep, we do in fact get to finish the ritual, which is nice. Let's continue to take the might ritual. Oh, we do have... I should have built the temple at the beginning of this period rather than at the end. Yeah. Okay, so we probably want to take a Temple of Harvest. Right, we would have had a little extra development power. But yeah, I think we do in fact want to do this. That is definitely a small error. It doesn't matter so much because, well, each character is sort of a small version of our overall resource loop in the sense that, like, obviously early improvements then improve your ability to make later improvements. The fact that all of these characters will be gone before we're even close to the mid-game makes it less meaningful if they don't develop ideally. Alright, so we want access to devotion on the punishment ritual, right? And then do we... Yeah, you know what? Aspire to punish the clouds. I think that's what we should be going for here. I want you to take your punishment to the next level. Okay, so bonus damage for against sorcery enemies or just big punch? Well, unfortunately, Big Punch isn't really that much bigger than the base power of this thing, so I think we're going to take that thing. For the moment. Alright, let's hope that we can actually win this mission, because if we do, we get a tenet and a tradition. This will be a pretty big power boost, if it works. So... Zuma goes here, because you have the lowest morale armor. Marathu here, and Hildegard there. And we are told that we are blessed, but I don't feel all that blessed. If I'm being honest with you, I'm a little nervous about this whole situation. 13 points of 15 points based on your scaling, and then, geez, even these have 14s. Yeah, I'm a little afraid of taking martyrdom here and lowering our health. I think it could be really bad. I'm gonna not. We're gonna leave resources on the table because I'm scared. We just don't have that much health yet, and none of us have any armor or evasion. We could have taken some dreams, I suppose, and fixed the problem that way. Okay, that didn't look like a crit. Oof. Yeah, wow. So our critical hits tend to do the same damage as their normal hits. That's concerning. Please don't leap in front of the healthy person. That's not how we need this to go. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for another one of those nature attacks. We might win, but also Zuma might get broken. Oh, that's a really bad time for a defy. If Zuma breaks, it's going to be really bad. Yep, okay. I don't know if that's battle-losingly bad, but it's very bad. This might be a good time for somebody to break that that top disciple. 39 to 31, and we don't get to attack as many times as they do. Okay, it's a good challenge to his heresy. Okay, please dodge. Ooh, that was narrow. If Hildegard had broken there, we lose. Okay, so Zuma was gonna need a rest anyway, but I'm really not happy about the loss of the faith bond there. I mean, I guess it's unlikely to matter. We probably will not run out of faith bonds. Alright, permanent HP up. This is a good time to take on some repeatables. Just kind of develop things a little bit. We have 4 turns left on this guy. That looks relatively tough. Let's take some extra materials from material chests. Alright, and also let us take on a tenet. I mean, I think I want to just take the other philosophy tenet. We could take a social tenet now and then do these repeatables and still have maxed out strength or maxed out chance of good things happening, but to be perfectly honest with you, we gotta go for the resources. We don't need the happiness, and being down a bit of happiness doesn't seem to matter all that much. Alright, so let's take Grand Aberration. We're not going to want to use Hildegard or Zuma in the next battle. So that means we won't benefit from the Great Summoning. We'll have to hold off on it. Unless we want to make somebody else the summoner. We do want to take this. That is a thing we want to do. I think this is a really good tradition, and also it has the best art of any tradition. Okay. So it's a might scaling ability. Honestly, maybe we want to make Marathu our, yeah, maybe. Because we're going to be pushing your might anyway. I'm going to do it. We're going to make Marathu the Grand Summoner. And then we're just going to go ahead and pop this right now. Oh, shoot. We'll only get 1 bonus chest from it, though, because we didn't get a Nature Disciple early this time. Do I want to wait on it? It has a cooldown of 4 missions. It's going to take 2 missions just to get Kuali leveled up, and then a 3rd mission to actually perform the miracle. It is not worth waiting. We should take a bad Great Summoning now, and then a better Great Summoning in 4 turns, rather than taking the bad one rather than taking an okay one in 3 turns and just being down a summoning for the whole game. It's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. And then we have materials. Probably just gonna grab mining. We can't do the next one of these until 800 anyway. And while that is not useless, certainly, it's, I think, yeah, I think we want to grab this. More income. Alright, this is kind of awkward because we don't really want to upgrade either of you two. Alright, a tradition of human sacrifice. You know how we usually do things with the sacrificing. When the wind is just right, Ocelot can smell the briny ocean far away. Hey, pretty good. pretty good bonus. And that's permanent, too. That's really nice, actually. I don't think we're in any danger here. We certainly don't need to dream on this one. Let's just push your stats along. Okay, doesn't really matter how we place these ones. I guess you should go across from the guy with the 1 armor. And then we can definitely take 1 martyrdom, and the question is, can we take 2? This is going to be pretty random. A lot's going to come down to how often they roll their nervous action. With a singer in the group and the other 2 being completely focused on morale, I'm thinking we definitely don't want to take 2 martyrdom for conversion reasons. We'd probably lose by conversion. And actually, even looking at this, I'm thinking maybe we pull back the 1, because we still might lose. I'm gonna try it at 1. I think we can do it at 1, but I also think that this could go sideways based on bad luck. That said, monstrous summoning. We did get 2 stuns out of it, that's nice. But one of our people was stunned by just being bad at job. So that's a shame. Alright, well we basically completely closed that initial gap. We are right up there on them with the conversions. Look at Kuali actually having a reasonable amount of cunning. I do wish you guys would focus fire a little bit. It'd be so helpful. Wow. Wow, the defies. Really, really great defies. That said, I'm still glad that I didn't take the 2nd point of martyrdom. Alright, let's see some breaks. Yeah, get him. Oh no, not the godless. Ah, that's a shame. Really? That's the way you want to aim that? There we go. Alright, so it turns out we would have been fine on the 2nd point of martyrdom, but I'm glad I didn't take it, because things could have been a lot worse for us. We got pretty lucky here. Alright, so we need to give Kuali 1 more battle, and I think we're going to take on another repeatable here. Alright, 93 materials, not too bad. Let me think here. With you guys being dark, we're not going to have anybody, under any circumstances, who is ready to, who will have positive, what do you call it? Elemental synergy. How long does this last? 1 more mission? Let's take 1 more repeatable. I think we can afford to do this. Alright, what's going on down here? The Skelefants have built a cultist hideout to support your grand aberration. How joyous. I do love the cultist hideout. This is my favorite building in the village. Let's go ahead and ritual push Kuali. Let's get these young people developed as quickly as possible. And then it's like, do we wanna build the study? The give XP god action only gives 2 XP by default, right? So actually it's probably not worthwhile. I might just build our offering stockpile now. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's get both of our resource improvements going. Okay, and we'll build a new temple as soon as we can. It should help keep our growth in reasonable line. We certainly don't need dream points, so let's just push ritual progress. I'm feeling like pretty okay about the way this is developing. So if we're gonna make you a beast walker, I should probably actually give you some cunning. I mean, it's good that we pushed up to might D, but let's go for some of this. Boy, you really don't scale well on cunning, though. The devotion's not going to give any real benefit. Yeah, the cunning scaling is so bad that I think this is the right thing to do, though. Alright, let's grab you some more of that charisma, and you some more of that knowledge. And I don't actually know who we're bringing on this one. I mean, obviously Koali. But aside from that, we probably want to let Zuma rest one more time, because Zuma can get up to 5 fervor. This wouldn't be a terrible time to let Murathu rest, although obviously, like, everybody is still benefiting from XP. Let's let Zuma take it easy. It'll be like Murathu across from the one with the 1 armor, and then maybe Ocelot across from the one with 2 morale armor. Who do we want available more as we continue on? I guess the actual answer is we don't know that. We do know that we're going up against some Life Disciples soon, so maybe keeping Ocelot fresh is a good idea. And I think I'm going to take 1 point of Martyrdom again. Yeah, with the singing, like, I'm really worried that we could see a burst of conversion from them in a way that makes me kind of nervous. Well, we'll go this way. It'll be okay. Every point of resources lost is bad, but also people getting broken and sacraments being lost is very, very bad as well. Yeah, being lower on knowledge, even though we're certainly not doing like a knowledge-less run here, being lower on knowledge really hurts because of the bad targeting. Like, it's so bad. It's so much worse to have them exclusively target the people directly across. I'm getting a little worried here. We're actually just gonna... Yeah, they're just gonna win by conversion right now. Shit, man. That's real bad. We were gonna lose 2 happiness either way, and we didn't suffer from... nobody broke. So it's not the end of the world, and we still got the XP, which is the thing we were really looking for. I guess it's not so bad. Yeah, you are absolutely a Beastwalker. That could be worse. That could be worse. But winning is nice, obviously. The development spark and whatnot. Okay, so we're at 7 happiness. We're real close to having to take this on. Do I just want to do it now? I do not think that this is a place where we particularly need Murathu, so... Ocelot, Hildegard, and Zuma come in here and clean this up and get us a fat lot of chests. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Alright, the relief fund is on. We were only going to get 2 tribute chests anyway, right? So... Actually, I don't know that we lost a lot by by losing that particular ritual. So how many... You're 3 turns off. You're going to finish this before the ritual, or before the sacrament either way. I am going to push here. Alright, and then you get a might miracle, or we're going to want to push cunning at some point. But also might's really important in general, given our legendary relic and everything. We're going to focus on might and just try to make Koali as much of a might Beastwalker as possible. We shouldn't need dream points here. We have a legitimate numerical advantage on this one. I think we should be okay here. Let's just push some ritual progress. Koali tells stories about the creatures that lurk in the deep, dark oceans. Oh, good. Permanent knowledge bonus for our Beastwalker. That's exactly what I was hoping we'd get. Alright. Let us punch them many times. So Zuma wants to be across from... Yeah, I guess just whoever has the lowest. Yeah, we run it like this, probably. So, it's telling us that we're blessed. I don't know... We're going to 70. They have some physical strikes and some morale strikes. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to feel comfortable with even a single point of martyrdom. I guess we have a pretty huge health advantage on them. But also, like, what are they attacking for? 14 power, 10s and 11s, and we're not really doing that much better. Yeah, we have a couple of powerful abilities, but we're definitely reliant on dice rolls here. I think it would be a real shame to lose this one. I'm gonna take 0 martyrdom and try to take this as a safer battle. Losing happiness here would really slow down our pace, and I do think it's possible if we don't roll our plus abilities. I do think it's possible that they could just pull out a conversion win. For example. Alright, seen an awful lot of physical abilities coming out. Okay, I think it would be hard to argue that they did not win that one. A good Words of Madness can make up a lot of ground, though. Alright, it's looking pretty good. I'd be real nervous if we had taken a point of martyrdom on this. Okay. A victory. I'll take it. And it's a lot of chests, too. We're gonna actually have a ton of resources. Zuma is very close to being capped, I think, right? So I think your starting disciple has 3 ritual slots, but has 3 miracle slots, but has a special miracle in the first one. Yep, we got some hunter stuff. You picked up Agile Claw, which is not what I was hoping for. And then it's like, do we do another repeatable, or do we push up to the Wandering Singers? If we were to take on the Wandering Singers, Ocelot, Marathu, and Koali might be capable of taking this one down. Are you guys actually... Yeah, they're all... Okay, you don't have any life attacks, but the other 2 are all life attacks. So we probably do want to leave Zuma out of this. Which means... we don't necessarily have to bring in Ocelot, Marathu, and Koali right now. None of them will be tired after a repeatable if we decide to bring them to a repeatable instead. We certainly want to put up a copy of the Might Scaling crit attack. And then... how are we on XP with you guys? We're in a place where it doesn't matter. We're not going to be any stronger after the next battle, so we may as well just take this on now, then. Yeah, this is our destined mission. Now, on this one, I am thinking that perhaps it will end up mattering whether we dream or not. Because we might want to... let's see here. First of all, we could build the Night Shrine and get a dream point at the cost of 50 materials. I would love to get up to taking some of these development boosts. We do have access to tributes right now. Obviously, this would have been a little bit more compelling before the last battle, but it is still bonus resources. So we could take this and build the Night Shrine. I think I'm going to do that. Let's put it right there. We're going to build our town in a very tight little shape here. So, if I'm worried about getting over-converted, morale defense does reduce conversion, right? I think the conversion of morale abilities is still based on their HP damage. So we could take 2 dream points and then just give everybody 10 morale armor. And you know, we're at a little bit of a numerical disadvantage anyway. I think that's a good idea. We do have access to the Faith Blessing action now too, which is, you know, it's not a bad thing. Let's bless ritual on you, because we can actually get your ritual done this way. Let's give you more might and devotion, which is pretty great, actually. And then, let's see, you're going to finish your ritual anyway. If we're going to push ritual progress on anybody, maybe it's Ocelot right now, just to make sure that this gets done. Because I think that we really want that. And then, this is a dream point, so it doesn't matter who we do it on. Okay, now a single cunning ritual will get you up a tier, and that feels significant enough to take. So let's do... Sorry, everybody. This is... I know this is a horrible thing to do to you. Alright, and this will let Hildegard and Zuma get up to reasonable fervor levels. I'm a little nervous about it. Like, the numbers are still pretty bad. Marathu goes across from you. Actually, maybe I want to swap these two. Let's see, 15, 13, and 21. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And we take 0 martyrdom because I'm nervous about conversion. Yeah, I think so. They could convert a lot of people real fast in a good turn. I'm really not very worried about our HP. Okay, like to see a critical claw open. Challenge Heresy is just like a bad ability. If we get another Totem Slam off, Ocelot could actually break his opponent. Ooh, I'm a little worried about Koali's health now. That was a big hit. Yeah, and we're not going to finish the job. Oh, you're killing me. That was... we really needed a break there. Ooh, and instead we almost broke. And we still might, actually. Yeah, this could do it. Okay, good defy, good defy. Alright, so now we break 2 of them, which is going to help with the count a lot, obviously. Oh, wow. Also, just pushed us over. Yeah, really glad I didn't take a point of martyrdom on that. That could have been disastrous. Okay, so we got some good stuff. And we're pulling in resources at a pretty good clip still. It really doesn't feel like our resource situation is different in any meaningful way from what it was last time. Okay, so... we want to go... like, we need Koali for this, obviously. We'd like to bring Koali in a powerful state. Koali is not close to leveling up, so... who else do we want to bring? We don't want to bring Ocelot. But, like, Zuma, Koali, and... geez, I don't know. Hildegard? Marathu? Something like that. Would be good here. I think we want to do at least one more repeatable. Right, because right now we're at 6 happiness, or we're at 7 happiness. We're going to get 6 happiness from this. At that font size, the 6 and the 4 look too damn similar. So we could probably take a couple. Right, if we do 2 repeatables and go down to 3 happiness and then win this and go up to 9, I think I'd feel pretty comfortable with that. So let's just push really hard on this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we could do this. So yeah, we may as well bring Marathu on the next battle, because it's going to be the last time Marathu's young anyway. We will engage the Great Summoning. It is time to spread the horror. And I don't think we want to spend any materials right now. Yeah, we want to just bank for upgrades and stuff. We do want to keep spending our ritual progress stuff, though, our offerings. So let's give you a push, and Zuma's going to be an important part of the next battle, but we will have time for this ritual to finish. I'm going to just build up Ocelot some more, even though we're not using Ocelot in the final fight. You get pushed. What's up with Hildegard? Why is Hildegard so bummed out? Man, Hildegard has victory and everything. It's just rough. It's just a rough spot that we're in faith-wise. Okay, somebody gets a morale boost, and it's probably, I think, going to be Quali. Quali with 9 morale armor. Yeah, because it's all morale attacks this battle. So let's give you some morale armor, dream that up, and then we go, let's see, you across from that, you across from that, and you just wherever is left. We take a martyrdom, and the question is, do we take an additional martyrdom? I think I'm not comfortable taking one more. Again, this is a concern about supporters rather than our HP. We do have 2 copies of Words of Madness on Zuma, which does make things a little bit safer, but I would really hate to lose a battle where we have our summoner bonus. That said, we have our summoner bonus, and so there's a reasonable chance we're going to get some stuns or something out here. We're going to get some free damage at the beginning of the fight in any case. This does mean they only have to convert 25 total followers, though. That's too dangerous. I think that is too likely to end with us losing the battle in an embarrassing way. We could probably accelerate these. Okay, no stuns, but good damage. Yeah, not a bad start. Well, we would totally have been okay on the second point of martyrdom. Alright, good work, everyone. We're very close to a ritual for Zuma as well. So with that, 172... Yeah, with 172 additional resources, we have enough to do one of the scaling upgrades. So let's see. We want to take on one more repeatable. It's a little scary. As if we took on the one more repeatable and then we failed this, we lose the game. So that's pretty bad. And I mean, I guess we could take on that extra repeatable some other time, right? So we have... Like I said, we have this be Kuali, Zuma, and Hildegard. We just go do it right now. Because we could turn we could turn happiness into resources on the next island just as easily. I'm gonna just go for the cap here. We don't necessarily want to bring Marathu on this battle, and this will be a good time for Marathu to rest in Miracle anyway. Yeah, this seems good. So now that we have a ritual that can devote, now we can do a devotion ritual. Yeah. Alright, devotion miracle, that's nice. And then, do we care about dreaming? It's mostly a physical battle. It's pretty close to even. We don't have anyone that they are going to be strong against, and we do have someone who is going to be strong against them. We're seeing 13 power, 12 power. These are just kind of not great. I mean, Wild Strike hits everybody. So if we keep only one Dream Point, we're definitely going to use it to do Morale Dream, or a Morale Armor Dream on Kuali. I guess we could push Dream Points and then buy some of the Night Shrine upgrades. Right, we could grab Exciting Dreams and just try to kill our way through the battle. What do their defensive stats look like? These two are pretty reasonably soft on morale. Yeah. Yeah, that might be worth it. So we'd have to take at least 2 Dream Points here in order to be able to afford the upgrade. You're gonna finish your ritual anyway. You know what? Also, we should probably go ahead and buy this right now, because we're going to finish a ritual in the second year, although I guess you're doing a cunning ritual. You're going to finish a ritual that has no might on it. You're going to finish a ritual that has no might on it, but Rathu's going to finish a ritual and all your stats, or a miracle, and all your stats develop when you miracle, so yeah, it makes sense to do it now, I think. Or would it be better to just buy this? I mean, that's a lot of minerals. Or materials, rather. And not taking this is probably 1 point of stats missing from one person. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. And then do we want to build a garden just because we have a moment here? Let's hold off. Let's build these when we actually need them, right? Yeah. Okay, so do you want to do the dream thing? I'm going to do the dream thing. We're gonna pick up some new dreaming abilities nice and early here. So right now we can go and buy exciting dreams. And hopefully this will turn out to be worth the resources. And then we dream 2 more times probably to make optimal use of our new bonus. Marathu gives the right evil example. Mock kittens. I mean, this is pretty evil. This is fairly evil. Might and health for Marathu, and not even a small number of stat points either. That's compelling. Well done. Do we want to take... I probably want to take another might bonus here. Right, this will push us up into another tier. And you just continue working on your... Actually, it might be might for you as well. You still are on... Yeah, there's still a fair amount of might scaling going on with you. The threshold bonus doesn't really matter that much, though, and your good abilities scale with knowledge. Yeah, okay. Knowledge scaling it is. Alright, give me a dream point. And, oh, I should probably do this. So we're bringing... Let's see. We can't push ritual progress far enough for anyone who's coming to the sacrament to get a new ritual. So I guess I'll just do it on you, because we're developing you for the long run. And then you get... Yeah, wow. 25% physical damage. I think this is what we do. You dream you are a giant, and your teeth are all falling out. Here's the thing about that, just very normal dreams. Just extremely normal dreams. Okay, and then I guess we're ready to go, and I'm a little nervous about it. So we put you across from... Yeah, the one who does morale damage, because now your morale armor is better than your other armor. Yeah. I think that's... No, it's like this, right? Because we want you across from the lower morale. Do we martyrdom, is the question. There's a fair number of supporters on the line in a battle against a boss. So obviously doubling them is meaningful, but doubling this one is less meaningful than any other will be. And you, of course, have concerns about the fact that these guys are actually pretty strong. I'm going to choose not to... I'm going to not martyr on this one. We're definitely going to have to do martyrdom on some boss fights. But I don't think this one... I don't think it's going to be important enough here. And I really, really, really want to make sure this goes smoothly. I want to put everything into this going smoothly. Alright, Quali. Fingers crossed. A lot's going to come down to Quali choosing to... There you go. I was going to say choosing to do Critical Claw, but also getting crits with other abilities works just fine. Yep, that's some good babbling. Well, it looks like we might have been fine with 1 point of martyrdom. But of course, you can never rely on the crits. Jeez. Yeah. I may have underestimated the effectiveness of those dreams. I really laid it on a little thick with the dreaming. That said, this one follower of theirs is real tough. In a situation like this one, where we're likely to win, you want to see those words of madness. You want to deconvert as many people as possible. We're going to take home 186. That feels pretty good. Obviously, like, the doubling there would not have been insignificant, but... yeah, I probably should have gone for the 1 point. I should have trusted that we were making Koali strong enough. But, you know, we've had rough experiences with trusting our disciples in the recent past. Okay, so 186 puts us above the 800 threshold. We can build our next shrine. The elders were defeated, and we are subjecting them to our mad truth. They sacrifice to you in madness. You know, the usual. And we got the first piece of our sunstone. Alright, let's go figure out what the next island's going to look like. This feels like a better start to me. I think we developed a lot more here. We didn't lose as much, which is important to the developing thing. Alright, just your normal everyday hunting miracle, and you pulled Smite, which I'm pretty happy to see. That's a good one. So, chance to counter morale attacks. The retribution scales with might, but not like a lot. Bonus might and devotion when there is an enemy dark disciple, which is interesting because it makes you good against 2 different types. I think I'm going to take counter heresy. A lot of AoE is morale attacks too, so chance scales with disciples' fates. We're going to try to keep Marathu faithful, but I think that's a good call. And so let's see. 2 development sparks for selecting would push us to the next tenet. I guess we're about to get a tenet anyway, right? We are particularly good at fighting nature. And I guess we're also pretty good at fighting divine, because we have a nature disciple and then both of our cultists have a nature attack. That said, I don't really love the selection reward on this one. 5th Sun Island I think is going to be the easiest, but maybe not the most lucrative. Here, obviously, we have a little bit of a problem with life disciples. Dark and... honestly, this one seems pretty easy. It's probably going to end up being pretty close in value, the selection rewards. We have to watch out with Koali for some of the battles, some of the time, but we don't even have a life disciple. So we're going to be able to use divine stuff against the ancestral and then just go toe-to-toe with the dark. I think this is the one. I think this should be a reasonably easy island with good rewards. And so let's just open it up. Yeah, Marathu will be real solid here. Yeah, this should be pretty doable. It's a lot of physical attacks. So we'll just keep that in mind when developing here. And we get to take on a new body. Ooh, there's a purple. So Zuma, strong-bodied of the Viper. Wow! Might and cunning and 20 evasion. That's compelling. Emilia, strong-minded of the Lilac King. Not really in keeping with like our whole deal over here. And then Mad Agatha. Agatha the Ugly. Big might, good knowledge. Honestly, not actually horrible stats. I mean, the Lilac King has an extra miracle slot, which certainly feels meaningful. I kind of love this, though. I mean, like, you'd be a really solid Beast Walker. I guess on this island is not a good time, necessarily, to be training a new Beast Walker. And we do have the materials to push a new class as well. I don't really want another cultist. Boy, what do we want? This is an island where a life disciple is certainly going to have some value. Weak against the ancestral enemies, but strong against the dark enemies. So we could go get, like, the Singer class, but I don't really want to be training up a Singer right now. It might, honestly, it might be Zuma. So might and cunning. If we were going to unlock a new class, potentially, we probably do want to get Rage Prophet at some point. Rage Prophet won't be super powerful here, but also won't be weak here. And while the cunning's not directly valuable, it does, obviously, just, like, help you go first and punch people real hard. And Concussion is the only ability they have that actually scales with health. We could just go real hard on might scaling on a Rage Prophet. That's definitely pretty compelling. I like the evasion chance a lot. And our might ritual has devotion on it, right? Our cunning ritual is about to have might on it, though. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really know what the right thing to do is here. So we can construct the temple. We probably want to... Do we want a cunning temple? Because maybe we want a knowledge temple. And we just take the cunning upgrade. You know, I'm so torn about a bunch of the decisions we have to make here. I think this is maybe a good place for us to stop the episode. I'm going to have to think about these a little bit. That is going to be it for us for today. And thank you all so much for watching. Sorry about the little interruption. But when you come back next time tomorrow, there's going to be more, because we got some time to make up here. And we'll see you then.